Hi, welcome to a session of reading when you can't get in the school building. My name's John Pickens, Mr. John. And, you know, I think that if you can read, you can do anything. And I love to read. I hope doing this and having a little fun with it will help you enjoy reading a little more too. So here we go. Today I've got a book called Giraffes Can't Dance. Gerald was a tall giraffe whose neck was long and slim. His knees were awfully crooked, and his legs were rather thin. He was very good at standing still and munching shoots off trees, but when he tried to run around, he buckled at the knees. Now, every year in Africa, they hold this jungle dance where every single animal turns up to skip and to prance. And this year, when the day arrived, poor Gerald felt so sad because when it came to dancing, he was really very bad. The warthogs started waltzing, the rhinos rocked and rolled, the lions danced a tango that was very elegant and bold. The chimps all did a cha-cha with a very Latin feel, and 8 baboons teamed up for a splendid Scottish reel. Gerald swallowed bravely as he walked toward the floor, but the lions saw him coming and soon began to roar. "Hey, look at clumsy Gerald!" The animals all sneered. "Giraffes can't dance, you silly fool. Oh, Gerald, you are so weird." Gerald simply froze up. He was rooted to the spot. "They're right," he thought. "I'm useless. And oh, I feel like such a clot." So he crept off from the dance floor and he started walking home. He'd never felt so sad before, so sad and so alone. And then he found a little clearing, and he looked up in the sky. "The moon can be so beautiful," he whispered with a sigh. "Excuse me," coughed a cricket, who'd seen Gerald earlier on. "But sometimes when you're different, you just need a different song. Listen to the swaying grass and listen to the trees. To me, the sweetest music is those branches in the breeze. So imagine that the lovely moon is playing just for you. Everything makes music if you really want it to." With that, the cricket smiled and picked up his violin. Then Gerald felt his body do the most amazing thing. His hooves had started shuffling, making circles on the ground. His neck was gently swaying and his tail was swinging round. He threw his arms out sideways and he swung them everywhere. And then he did a backward somersault and leapt up in the air. Gerald felt so wonderful. His mouth was open wide. "I'm dancing, yes, I'm dancing. I am dancing," Gerald cried. Then, one by one, each animal who had been there at the dance arrived while Gerald boogied on and watched him quite entranced. They shouted, "It's a miracle! He must be in a dream. Gerald's the best dancer that we have ever seen." "How did you learn to dance like that? Please, Gerald, tell us how." But Gerald simply twirled around and finished with a bow. And then he raised his hand and looked up at the moon and stars above. "We can all dance," he said, "when we find the music that we love." So there you go. Giraffes really can dance. I hope you had fun.